Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Today I have a treat for all of us. I know. Today we're doing a Halloween hand-painted nail art design. We're using Glam and Glits, Mood Effect and glow-in-the-dark colours, along with the Glitter Fairy, glow-in-the-dark glitter stars. This nail video today is quite a special one for me. First of all, I did this background, which you're about to see me do, and I did that probably a couple of weeks ago, and I got a plan in my head for a Halloween design, and I was going to do some hand painting, but I shied away from it. I did the background and everything, and I parked it because the hand painting is a bit of a struggle. But do you know what? Chuffed as punch about this set. Absolutely marvellous. But we'll come back to that. The second treat is it's a collaboration. I know. Check me out. It's like I'm like a real YouTuber or something. It's so exciting, isn't it? So I'm doing a collaboration with the lovely Lisa from NailAddictionX. I am going to insert a picture here of the Halloween set that she created in part of this collaboration. I will also link below for her video in the description. Please go over and check her out. She does some awesome videos. She's uploading all the time and her artwork is amazing. So, shall we talk about the design then? Shall I stop waffling? Let's do it. So, this is True Illusion, which is Mood Effect. It's black with silver glitter running through it, and it goes silver. So, what I've done is I have put that all over the thumber. And then I'm moving on to the middle finger. Now I'm going to use this as a outline, like a black outline. So along the top in like a half moon shape. That's why I put it on and dug a little bit out. And I'm going in with Backfire, which is a black to a deep red. And I'm going to blend that into the True Illusion and bring that down slightly. And now I'm coming in with Casual Chic. Now again, like I said, this is going to be a background, so I'm looking for the Halloweeny sort of sunset sort of shades here. So I wanted the True Illusion as a frame with the black Backfire, not Blackfire, Backfire, because it's a black to a burgundy, and then have the orangey yellowy shades in the centre. So that's what I'm going for, and that's what you can see me doing here. What I didn't mention there was that sunset to sunrise is the paler of the two oranges that I've actually put on here, and like I said, that goes an orangey to a orangey yellow on the Mood Effect. So I'm just blending this in now and making it as I want it, and then I just pop that tip out the way so I don't put my big fat finger in it. And I'm going to come back to the thumber, and I've put a little bit of clear acrylic on there, and I have these bat shapes. Tell you what they're like those you know, the snowflakes you can get at Christmas time, and they're just a little bit firm and you have to bend it around your brush. These bats are the same. So I've put a couple of these on here and a couple of stars, and then I'm going to come in with those glow glitter stars from the Glitter Fairy that glow in the dark. So I'm just putting a couple of these. When I picked them up with my brush, they were coming out a little bit clumpy, so I was like trying to separate them so with the, you know, I could spread them out. So you see me put a clump on, take it off, wipe it on the paper, and then get a couple and place them strategically on the nail. That made me sound all posh, didn't it? I hope you was impressed. Oh dear, whatever will come out with next. Anyway, what I'm going to do is pop a little bit of clear acrylic on there, and then I'm going to add another one of those bats. This one goes on a bit easier than the first one did. I give it a little wiggle and plonk it on. Yeah, here I am. Okay, so moving on to the next finger. So with the index finger then, we're going to come in with Backfire, we're going to use this shade as a frame. And what you'll see me do is place small beads all the way around, one at a time, and then I will fade that into the centre, sort of, you know, up from the outside of the nail in, like this. And I'll keep adding small beads because I want to go frame with the dark all the way round. So I keep adding small beads at the bottom, then I go to the side all the time, fading it in and making sure I'm happy with that framework before I can actually come in with the lighter shades. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I'm going to come in with Casual Chic, which is the darker of the orange. And I'm going to put that at the top and swipe it down. And then I try to fade it in. And then I come in with really, really small wet beads now. And I want to build up the opaqueness in the centre. So it's darker in the centre and then fades out, which will help with the blend effect. As you can see, I'm adding small wet beads. This will obviously help to keep it thin as well. And then I'm going to come in with Sunset Sunrise, which is the paler of the two. I'm going to add that here in the centre, do exactly the same, blend it out, add a little bit more, get it solid colour in the middle, and then work it out into a fade. By working in small wet beads, you're keeping that acrylic nice and thin. So as you can see, I'm coming in with all these different shades now, helping with that blend. Small tiny wet beads, just as you would if you were going to ombre, but obviously I'm working on much smaller surface. You can see that Sunset Sunrise now's shifted colour, as it's either got hot or cold in the room that I'm working in. Anyway, I'm coming in at the bottom with Casual Chic, and I'm just going to finish off that light to dark shade and do exactly the same on the bottom as what I did at the top of the nail. So now you can see me coming in with Sunset Sunrise, and I'm making that circle. Really, it's a circle, can't get away from it. It is a circle. I want to say like a moon, but it's not a moon, but it is like it's sun setting, you know, on a dark Halloween night. So that's the sort of look that I'm going for. So just circled that up a little bit. Again, you can see the thumb changing there, look, as it's getting warmer in the room that I'm working in. That black has turned completely silver, and then bats proper stand out. Yet when that turns really dark, you can't see the bats. Oh, it's brilliant. Turned out so much better than I ever anticipated. Anyway, as you can see, I'm coming in with those glow in the dark stars again, and I'm just putting a few of those randomly on these two nails. So now we're coming on to the ring finger, Now this is going to be a orange nail, and it's going to be a bit of this and a bit of that. No, it's not. It's going to be casual chic and sunset to sunrise, and I would just put them in patches and blend them together on the nail. So it's, yeah, I didn't want it one colour, I didn't want it ombre, I wanted a bit here, a bit there, and so that's why I put down the darker one and then went in with the lighter in patches around the nail. So that's what you can see me doing here. And then, as I did with the others, we just blend that in on the edges as much as we can. So I just tap, 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 tap around the edge with my brush, because I'm using obviously wet beads, which is better for blending. It's easier to blend it if it's a little bit wetter. And then comes the little pinky, and we're doing a full nail of Backfire. I'm going to put this all over the nail. Glam and Glits is lovely and pigmented. So you just put a bit there and just drag it down. Make sure it's neat around those edges, because obviously it's a dark colour. We all know what they do to the skin should we get them on there. So very, very carefully, very gently around that area, and then just drag it down. Bit on the tip until I'm perfectly happy. And then what I do is I come in with Why So Serious, which is a glow in the dark iridescent fine glitter, and I put that on these nails, which is what you can see me do here. And this will finish off the background for my nails. So what I will do then, here we are, this is Why So Serious. So like I said, I'm going to put those across the nails. So this will be the end of the background. I am then going to cap, file and buff those off camera. I can't do that and put in the hand painting, otherwise you'd be here all week. And then we're going to come in with the Artisan Gel Paints. So this is what we'll be using. In this full set is included the brush. And so it starts. Guys, I was really, really happy with this. So like I said, they're filed and buffed and they're ready to rock and roll, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to put like a grass effect on the bottom, and then I'm going to put a tree up here. So I'm coming up this right hand side. So I have dipped my brush into the pot of gel paint, and I will swipe that up the side till I've got the thickness right. Now I didn't get my palette out, and I used my nail in this instance today, which is rather naughty. I would usually get my palette out, but for whatever reason I didn't. And here I'm doing the branches as well, as you can see. So I'm just I only do a little bit at a time. If I'm happy with it, get it in the lamp, zap it, give it a little cure. Okay, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to zap that. Then I come in for the next section. There's nothing worse than doing a section of your artwork and then you find that you mess up and it just, you can't rectify it without ruining what you've already done, and up until that point there was nothing wrong with it. So every so often, and quite regularly, let me tell you, I've learned from experience, I do put it in the lamp for a flash cure. Now this is only my second set of nails that I've actually done like proper hand artwork this way. The last one was a beach effect. I did palm trees and dolphins, and that drove me up the wall. So when I decided to do this, I was like, whatever possessed me, because it's hard, it's really difficult. So what I found is not to have too much paint on the brush and anchor my hand. Can you see my little finger on my right hand? It's anchored. Otherwise I'd be shaking like a leaf, I really would. But I was really pleased with the way this was going. So I'm adding these branches. This is me now. There's a blob on the end, so what I do is, because I'm about to put a really thin branch, I get rid of that blob on my nail, but I use it to load up those bristles, because when you take it off, obviously there's not a lot of paint on there, so it does run out, obviously being as thin as it is, quite quickly. So I've done the nice thick branches, and now I'm coming in with the fine detailer ones. And I'm using my nail, false nail, to just keep loading that brush up with the gel that's there. Again, once I'm happy with that, let's get it in the lamp. So once I've flash cured that, I'm then coming on to the second nail. Now what I'm doing is I'm matching up the nails so I can continue the tree branches to go across this nail as well. So you'll see me pushing these two together and making sure that it's a continual of those nice branches coming across. So the branches will go across the top of this middle nail in this instance. Still anchoring my finger, look. And it's really helping to steady my hand. Not that I've got a shaky hand, or I've had a few out like that, but it's nerves. I think it's just I get really nervous because I don't think I'm particularly good. Right, okay, so once I'm happy with that, we're going to try a bat. So the first thing I do is, as though I was going to do a love heart, so I do the curve of the top of the love heart to the left, and then I do to the right, and then I come underneath and I do I want to say a jagged edge. It's not a jagged edge, what do they call it? Oh, I know, scalloped edge. That's what they call it. So it's a scalloped edge. It's like little mini arches. So what I'm going to do is I left a small gap at the top of the love heart for the head, a really, really small gap. And so I've got the top of one wing, top of another, and now I'm just going to go up, down underneath. And then I'm going to put a tiny little bat's head on there and some little pointy ears. It's all in the detail. So like I said, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I really did. And I was just a bit worried I'd end up stamping or sticking stickers on or something. Taking the cop out. But my aim this year is to improve my artwork, especially on such a tiny surface. So I brought some decent gel paints, and that's what I've been doing. I've been practicing. I started with little symbols, so I think I did a Tiffany design, and I did that. There we are, there's my bat. And now I'm going to do some gravestones. So yeah, I started with a little sign, so I did that first. But my first, across a couple of nails, was the beach one that I did a month or two back. And I did some palm trees and dolphins, and that drove me up the wall. That was so hard. So this is the next task. So that's one gravestone down, and now I'm going to do one on the wonk. So it's going to be slightly skew width, and we're going to put a cross on the top. Now I make a mistake here. Now, like I've said, the only thing I haven't cured now are these gravestones. The bat's cured, the trees, par cured, and I'm not happy with the cross. I'm not happy at all. So I get a lint-free wipe. I couldn't think what it was called. A lint-free wipe with a small tad of acetone on it, and I rub it out like a rubber very, very carefully. The reason I use acetone is it evaporates quite quickly, and it'll also smooth out the surface of that acrylic underneath. So here I am. So I get from the top of the gravestone, because that's not cured, and I wipe up, wiggle to side and wipe up. When I'm happy, then I'll come in and we have another bash. I wanted to leave that in because I wanted you to know that It doesn't always go brilliantly, trust me, from a girl that knows. And this is what I did to rectify it. And that's it, I'm quite happy with that. So quickly in the lamp, zap it. And then we're on to the final design on this nail. So now I'm going to do a hill. So there's my outline for that. I'm going to shade that in. So I'll pull it down from the line, use my brush that's got the paint on it. And then instead of adding any more, once I've got that, I will wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You'll see me do that in a minute, just to fill in any small gaps. There we go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What that does is just help to smooth it all out. I try to work, so I don't get lumps in it. Now, what I'm doing here is the cat's tail. So I really thought I'd struggle with this. I'm not very good at curly whirly lines when it comes to fine detail, but it's okay actually. I just kept zapping it every time I did a bit, and I liked it. I just kept zapping it quickly. Now for the head, I'm coming in with a large dotting tool, and I'm going to use this as a rough circle for the cat's head. I'm not going to attempt to draw a circle. No way. So we're going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and get as much as a circle as we can using the dotting tool before I come back in with my brush. So here I'm going to go around the edges of the head, put some cat's ears on, a little bit of fur, and then I'm going to do the body. Just doing the little ears, and then I get the gel on my brush really, really thin. You can see me wiping it on my nail, and I just flick it out. And what I wanted was the illusion of the hair, the cat hair. The freaky night owl cat. Owl, the freaky Halloween cat. That's what I meant. So yeah, he's a bit of a scraggly cat, isn't he? With the sticky out hair, and that's the sort of effect I was going for. So I'll just let you watch while I do this. So again, getting the clumps off my brush, making it so that it's really, really thin and light with paint, and I'm just going to put some hair around the body of that cat. Then I will give that a full cure in the lamp, and then that's it. This is it. I'm just checking that I'm happy with everything, and then I'm going to top coat. So I'm going to top coat all these nails, and then guys, that's the end of the video. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in today. For Lisa, go over, check out her video. I'll leave the link below for you. She's awesome. And as always, I will leave a clip at the end. There is a clip with the glow in the dark. There is a clip of the stars. Unfortunately, it's really dark and rainy and miserable at the minute, so I couldn't get any natural light sort of charge for these glow in the dark stars, glitters and acrylics. But I did charge it up in the lamp, took some photos for you. I have all of that at the end. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. Until next time, thank you guys, bye.